Okay, so welcome. I want to go through just a few things about the quote sandwich so we know how we're writing that quote sandwich. We've done this before with the introduction, with giving ourselves a quote and explaining that. Here's how it's going to work again, just briefly, so that we can refresh our mind as we go into writing these new quote sandwiches for the giver. So first off, we're going to start with an introduction. Okay. So with our intro, what we need to do is we have to ask certain questions. We need to ask the question of, well, what's the main idea? Okay? It tells the main idea of the quote. It answers the question. So we're going to say, here's the questions we're going to ask. We're going to ask who, and it's going to give the answer to the question. Okay? Who? And they answer the question. In this case, in the giver, who might be Jonas? Maybe it's the giver. Who is it you're talking about? Then you give an answer to the question. If I've asked the question of what does Jonas think about the society, I might say Jonas, and then I'm going to answer the question by saying thinks that the society is, and my answer. Next, what we do is we give our quote. Whatever that quote is that tells us that. So the quote is simply stated going to be, well, the quote, the word for word evidence. So you have to tell what is happening. So ask yourself, what is happening? Okay, what is happening at the time? When you put that down, then you can give the quote. Make sure that you put down the page number of the book with the author's name right there. Okay. Lastly, we get to do our explanation. Now, remember those questions? How, why? I'm always asking them how and why. That's where we get to do this. So last but not least, we get to explain. So when we go to explain things, we are going to answer the question, why does this quote show that answer? How does this quote show the answer? So, why or how does this quote answer the question? So when we do that, we are then giving our explanation. It can be 1, 2, maybe 3 sentences at the most. But this is what's going to help us see everything put together. So again, we're going to introduce it, ask who. Okay. Then we're going to give our quote, answering the question, what is happening? Okay. And lastly, we're going to explain why or how. Okay. So those are the things that we are going to do to put together our quote sandwich. If you have any questions, let me know and I can help you out. Fill out that form on Google Classroom and we'll see what we can do. Have a good day.